credited with the BJP's astonishing march into the Northeast. The Bharatiya Janata Party now rules in 6 northeastern states. Even 2 years ago, this may have been unthinkable. It has been widely acknowledged that Himanta Biswa Sarma, Finance Minister of Assam, has been the driving force behind a party seen as largely representing the Hindi heartland, growing into such a dominant position. What makes his political journey even more interesting is the fact that Himanta Biswa Sarma was a member of the Congress party for several years before he made the switch a year before the assembly elections in Assam. Speaking to us now on the BJP's Northeast victories and more is Mr. Sarma. Good evening and thank you for speaking with us on Bloomberg Quint. Can you tell us what the winning formula is? Because in the last day or so, you have managed to stitch up an alliance in Meghalaya, where your party just had 2 seats, quell the anger of the NPF in Nagaland and make sure that your government in Manipur also stays intact. What is your winning election formula?
No, I think in Northeast, if we don't go by the politics things and we go by the just what is happening in reality, after independence, for the first time, people have seen rapid expansion of road network, railway network, internal highways, air connectivity. People have seen unprecedented development activity in last 2.5 years under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So that has created a huge confidence among the people. So for a people like us who is interested to do certain things in Northeastern region for the party, our tasks become very easy when we can go to the village and we can tell people, they look at this road. What was the condition 3 years before and how it looks like today. So basically, I'll attribute Prime Minister Modi's aggressive development agenda for this political victory and political expansion of BJP.
Is it also a personal victory for you, Mr. Sarma? Because you have been very vocal about your disenchantment with Rahul Gandhi. You tweeted about how he preferred to, play with his dog instead of talking to you when you met him while you were in the Congress. Is this sort of, is it also a sense of revenge, fueling this energy that you have to make sure that the Congress loses out in most of these states?
I think if you talk about Assam election, if you talk about 2014, that may have been one of my driving force, because I was humiliated and I was angry, and probably I have done at least I try to contribute more so far as Assam election is concerned. But in politics, you don't carry all this kind of word, revenge and all these things. Now, I am working as a BJP's ordinary worker. Whatever responsibility is entrusted to me by my party president, I am trying to do that. I think now that sense of revenge, sense of something, that is not there. I am just working whatever I have been asked to do.
Was it a challenge for you to switch over to the BJP in terms of ideology after being a member of the Congress party for 15 years? You were an MLA from the Congress for 15 years. The BJP stands for very different things. Was that a difficult decision for you?
First of all, I must acknowledge that in Assam, we have transformed Congress party during those 15 years into a different level. Because as you know, we stantly opposed the Muslim communal agenda of Badruddin Ajmal while we were in Congress too. So in Assam, even from very beginning, from 2001, we have followed a different principle than what national leadership used to follow. So yes, if you say that, I mean, in some way, because organization was new, structures was new, and I was not exposed to the kind of organizational structure BJP has. So initial 2-3 months, I think, yes, I do face few problems. But Amit Shah was so helpful, and Ram Madhav was so helpful, and both Amit Shah and Ram Madhav, I am really grateful to both of them. They have made my entry and made my my existence in BJP so easy that today, if I feel that I have wasted 15 years or 20, I am in the Congress. I was in the Congress in 23 years. In hindsight, I feel that I have wasted 23 years of my life in Congress.
Let me come to some of the specific allegations about each of these states. Now, in Meghalaya, the Congress has said that by proxy, the BJP has, pushed to form a government in Meghalaya with only 2 seats. They've called you power hungry. They've said that you're pushing for instability in the northeast. Considering Conrad Sangma is speaking about a separate Garo land, how would you respond to these charges?
I mean, because in the mainland, many people doesn't know about Northeast, so Congress is spreading all this kind of rumor. It is not about 2 seats. Congress has owned 20 seats, and NPP has owned 19 seats. So BJP is lending support. Government is formed by the second largest political formation, and which has got just 1 seat lesser than Congress. So I think this kind of canard, this kind of false propaganda is being spreaded by Congress party, because many people in the mainland doesn't know about the desert, not exposed to the northeast. Today they are saying that BJP too trying to put up a proxy government. But if you go to the number, Conrad Sangma on his own right, he has secured 19 seats, just 1 less than Congress. Then I have never heard in my political career, even for once, that Conrad Sangma has ever asked for a Garo land. I mean, where from this allegation comes?
To be fair, the Congress party was also attempting to put together an alliance in Meghalaya in the 24 hours after the election. They sent senior leaders like Ahmed Patel and others, to undertake those negotiations. The BJP sent you. Where did you succeed where they failed?
No,
What did you have to offer that was better?
No, Tamanna, you have to acknowledge the fact that if big people come from Delhi, people will not fear and surrender before the big leaders. That can't be. Every state has its own pride. So today the people who has joined and come together, they are friends of BJP for last 3 years. So we are members of Northeast Democratic Alliance. We have best of relation. People we have discussed. We have said during the election 3-4 times. We discussed. We know that this kind of hung verdict will come. So architecture was ready. I flew from Agartala. We went to Dr. Don Cooper's house along with Conrad, and it took 10 minutes to stretch the alliance, because we discussed this from last 3-4 months.
Talking about alliances, let's talk about what has happened in Nagaland. In Kohima, you have announced that the deal or the alliance with the NPF is off. You all have been partners for 15 years. You all were in government before the elections, so you all fought the elections with NDPP. Till the last minute, in fact, you all were not clear whether the NPF was with you or not with you. Today, you've made it clear. Is all fair in politics? Would you call it ethical to dump the NPF now?
No. It is not. It is not about fair and unfair. Before the election, we met NPF leadership, and we have requested them to give us 20 seats based on our organizational strength. Then NPF says that no, we can't we can't give you 20 seats because we can only give you 2 to 4 seats. So BJP, then we have internally assessed that what is our strength, and we found that we have good strength and we can expand. So we sent Mr. Kiran Rijiju to meet personally NPF President Mr. Sirajullah in Kohima, and we have requested him with a like a good partner that, sir, the situation has changed, give us 20 seats. and if not 20, at least give us 15 seats. Then he said we can't. Then we have decided to part away as a friends. So I have best of terms with Mr. Sirajule. I have best of terms with Mr. Jiliang. Today also, before I came from Kohima, I make it a point to call Mr. Jiliang, and we are today also we are friends. But problem is that we have gone to the people of Nagaland in alliance with NDDP, and this alliance has won the mandate from the people. Now, how can we dump NDDP and come to NPF as a post-poll ally?
What about your alliance with the NPF in the state of Manipur? What happens there?
I think that will remain intact, because in the election commission, NPF Manipur is a different political entity. These are not under the constitution of NPF. NPF Manipur is not a wing of NPF Nagaland, although they are generically they are together. But our understanding with NPF Manipur is independent from what is happening in NPF Nagaland. So that alliance will continue, and that alliance will remain for next 4 years.
What is the next target, Mr. Sarma? Is it Mizoram, which goes to elections later this year? Do you have your strategy already and stitched up for Mizoram?
Yes, obviously, because as you know that northeastern region has 8 states, and today out of 8, 7 states we have a government of National Democratic Alliance as well as Northeast Democratic Alliance. So obviously the last state where Congress is in power in northeastern region is Mizoram. So our people will definitely work in Mizoram so that we can have a government in Mizoram by November end.
One of the outcomes of these elections in 3 states of the Northeast on a national level perhaps has been a lot of non-Congress, non-BJP parties trying to form alliances of their own. You have Telangana Chief Minister KCR talking about some sort of a third front. He's talked to Mamata Banerjee and others in UP. The unthinkable has happened. SP and BSP are going to work together for one bipole election. Do you think that this is a risk factor for the BJP on a national level, that as you get so strong, the other parties are going to try and group together for their own survival?
Yeah, I think that acknowledges that how Narendra Modi is popular today. When SP and BSP come together in UP, it goes to show that how much Narendra Modi is powerful and popular today in terms of politics is concerned. So the coming together of BSP and SP is acknowledgement of growing popularity of BJP. I think our workers will in UP will counter that alliance, will come out victorious, and I think this is just a matter of time that Phulpur, Gorakhpur, everything will be owned by BJP.
If I may say, Mr. Sarma, one of the big signs that people watch out for during someone's victory, even if it's a party, is the way that they handle victory and whether arrogance creeps in. The BJP is very often accused of that arrogance creeping in. I was reading a quote of yours where you have been reported to have said that Manik Sarkar should now go either to West Bengal or Kerala or maybe to Bangladesh. Did you say that, Mr. Sarma, and why did you say that?
No. I think this is not a post-election speech. Post-election speech, probably I will go to Tripura, I will meet Manik Sarkar, I will pay my respect to him. But this is a speech during election. This is a speech I have rendered in his constituency, because in his constituency a 14-year girl was raped and murdered. Now Manik Sarkar, I requested Manik Sarkar to visit the house of that family and to pay some token, pay some amount as a compensation. But Manik Sarkar refused to visit that family. Then I say that look, for this kind of heinous negligence, heinous crime, you have to face law, and if you have avoid law, you have option of fleeing to Bangladesh or Bengal or Kerala. So these are a normal routine political speech. I think if you go by record, CPM in Tripura has said much more than this against me. Almost daily they have accused me, they have attacked me personally. I think I don't know who has given this step to you. I think it will be fair if you play together what CPM has said against me.
Another controversial comment, which was some time ago, but I think since I have the opportunity to speak to you, I must ask you, Mr. Sarma, is where you have been quoted as talking about cancer as a divine retribution for karma from the past life.
Some of,
now as health minister as well of your state, that was seen as something very controversial. Could you explain the context in which you said that, and do you still believe that cancer could be an outcome of someone's karma?
No, Tamanna, these are the words of the people who actually wants to see that politically I goes on defensive, because I am doing politics in Assam. Nobody in Assam has questioned me on this issue, because everybody, when I spoke that in Assamese television, everybody has understood what I was trying to say and what I have said. Now, if somebody caught hold of a wrong translated copy and keep on harping it in on national media, how can I help it?
Okay, let me come to the bigger picture. You spoke about how after you joined the BJP, you felt that you wasted 23 years of your political life in the Congress. In your experience, what's the prime difference between the BJP and the Congress, and what do you see for the Congress's future? Yeah. It is still the largest opposition party, and even you would agree that every nation and every democracy needs a strong opposition as well.
The difference is very simple. I have been in Congress party for 23 years, but we are not allowed to enter Sonia Gandhi's residence beyond a point. But look at Mr. Amit Shah's residence. You can go, you can walk into, you can have food in his dining room, and you can walk into his drawing rooms, you can sit down in his garden, in his official quarter. Look at the humbleness. Amit Shah travel in Indigo, in a common, with a general passenger. And I mean, the difference is what? The BJP is a party which is rooted in Indian cultures, India's ethos, and BJP ministers, their family are like you and me. They are common people. But when it comes to Congress party, they behave as if Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi has come from a different planet.
Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, they behave like a feudal lord. I mean, can you find out any chief minister of any Congress ruled state having dinner or lunch with Rahul Gandhi in his residence throughout his career? Because normally what happens, you invite your friends to your home, I go to your family. I mean, these are the Indian culture, Indian ethics. They always believe in master and servant relation. So I believe democracy needs an opposition. But that opposition should not be rooted on feudalism. That opposition should not be based on master and servant relationship. I mean, India is a mature democracy. A stronger, balanced opposition will evolve out of that Indian democracy. I think Congress has outlived, at least if not Congress, Gandhi family has outlived its utility.
You know, today a lot of people are commenting, and some of them, in fact, Congress supporters are commenting that perhaps the biggest blunder of the Congress party was letting you go or not managing to retain you before the Assam elections. Could they have done anything differently?
No, Tamanna, it is not that. Himanta Biswa Sarma has not made any difference. It is the victory of the people of Northeast. It is a victory of Prime Minister's development agenda. And as a humble political worker, I just try to discharge my responsibility. My humble request to everyone that don't make it a point that Himanta has made the difference. It is because of Himanta Northeast BJP has won. No, I don't believe in all these things. I do not acknowledge all these things. I believe that this is a victory for Prime Minister development agenda. My only request will be to the BJP leadership that please carry on your development agenda. Please be more proactive. Northeast they deserve many more. And please continue your activity, continue your development activity, and we will be happy.
May I ask you, Mr. Sarma, how do you, as a strong leader from the Northeast, look at the BJP's different policy in different parts of the country? In the Northeast and certain states of the Northeast, they have not talked about beef ban at all. It is a very strong point in other parts of the country. Can you be fine with that division of ideology? Logic dictates that if you believe in something, it should be uniform across the country.
No. Tamanna, you look, India is a country which has diverse culture. Somewhere you have people belongs to Mongoloid, you have people belongs to Dravidian, somewhere you will people who are rooted in Aryan culture. So I think India is a diverse country, and beauty of India that we acknowledge the diversity. So if some region of the country, the beef eating is considered to be a taboo from many point of view, in some part of the country, mainly in the northeastern region, this is not considered to be a taboo. Now, you don't have to impose the culture of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar or Maharashtra to northeastern region, and vice versa. Rather, you have to celebrate the diversity, and that is why our country is called India, that you can celebrate diversity. So no single policy which is applicable to the UP will be applicable to the Northeast, except the basic principles of our constitution or the basic feature like India first. Beyond that, you have to allow the diversity.
What about the concept of individual freedom, Mr. Sarma? Someone from the Northeast living in another part of the country should have the freedom to follow his culture and tradition, shouldn't he?
My own opinion will be that if some person of the northeastern region lives in Karnataka, then he she must respect the culture, tradition, ideology of Karnataka. He cannot carry on and impose the ideology or the culture of northeastern region on Karnataka. But yes, in his home, he will celebrate that culture, but in his social behavior, he should celebrate the culture of Karnataka.
In the bigger picture, where do you see your political career going within the BJP, Mr. Sarma? Do you have national ambitions? Is that the next step?
No, Tamanna, I personally don't see anything, and I have no expectation, I have no demand, I have no request to make. And so I don't see anything big for me in near future, and I am a contented man. Rather, now today I am having almost 12 portfolio. I am going to request my chief minister to take out some of the portfolios from me because I cannot carry on that kind of responsibility. So I don't see any growth for me in near future, and I am not working for that.
Last question, Mr. Sarma. What would your advice be to your erstwhile party, the Congress party, that of course now laying their bets on Karnataka next? What would you advise them today if you were not in any party but were just to guide them on what to do next?
I think my advice will be think beyond Gandhi's. I think India in 21st century, India's principal opposition party cannot be seen to be a family rule party. I mean, Congress has to democratize itself. Congress has to allow grassroots worker even to go up to the post of President of Indian National Congress. They must set their Gandhi tag. At 20 years ago, maybe Gandhi name would, there may have been some utility. But today, I think that tag has become burden for them. They must come back to define themselves as a normal political party, must allow upward growth to every individual, irrespective of their closeness to a family or not. Their people should be differentiated on the basis of their merit, and the aura of Gandhi should disappear because there is no aura exists at all.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Sarma, for speaking with us here on Bloomberg Quint.
Thank you so
much. That was Himanta Biswa Sarma, Finance Minister. In fact, he has 12 portfolios in the government of Assam, but is being looked at as the secret weapon of the BJP in the Northeast. They have now 6 out of 7 states. Eye next on the state of MIZORAM, where he is convinced that they are poised for another win.